Was there a few days ago. Awesome, Amy.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we are recording. Why don't we get started? I'll turn it over to you guys. You're the experts, and these guys are ready to take copious notes and learn from you guys. So take it away.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Awesome. And as you guys do come in, make sure you say hi in the chat. For everybody that was tuned in early, they've already gotten the gist of it. This is going to be very interactive throughout the entire workshop. We like to call these workshops because it's a two-way street. We're going to be asking you guys questions throughout the webinar. We expect you to interact. And if you guys are not speaking using your audio, make sure you do have it muted so we don't hear that cell phone ring. But let's jump right into what we have on today's agenda. For those of you that are not familiar with RealGrader, we are going to cover who we are and exactly what we do for realtors and brokers across the United States and with every single brand. Next, we're going to jump into the top 3 secrets when it comes to digital marketing in 2022 and how you can use these secrets to expand your business and grow to levels that you didn't even know were available. Afterwards, we're going to jump into our famous hot seat. Yes. This is probably the most fun we're going to have throughout this workshop is the hot seat. We're going to bring some of the agents on live today. We're going to do a live Google audit for you. And based off of those results, we're either going to be excited to do business with you or maybe even just run in the opposite direction. So we're going to do that hot seat with you guys, let you know where you stand. And lastly, we're going to discuss a bonus opportunity we have available for all KW agents with us today. Said it earlier, if you guys for some reason cannot use your audio, make sure you're using the chat. I do see that Danielle's been using the chat. I saw Diane use the chat, Alice, Amy. Awesome. So a lot of you guys are also using the chat. So, instead of having everybody reply at once, go ahead and send your replies through the chat unless we call on you to use your audio. So let's jump right into this thing. RealGrader, for those of you that have not heard about us before, we are one of the front runners in the real estate technology space. Our main goal is to help agents, brokers, offices, and brands get to the highest level of digital credibility possible. This has to do with your online reputation. It has to do with your results. And it's very much the first step that people on the consumer's end tend to take. They're going to judge you based off of what you look like online. It's 2022, and that's the first thing people are going to shift towards. Little background on myself. My name is Alex Ayub. For those of you that didn't get to meet me last time I presented or during the teaser, I'm a national public speaker and business development lead here at RealGrader. And originally, when I started in the real estate industry, as you can see in this video here, I just worked individually one-on-one with agents, just like you guys. Whether you're brand new, like the agent that just mentioned, they got their license last week, or somebody that's been a top producer for 20, 30 plus years, my passion has always been to help the industry out. And I really just like making sure that everybody that's unique here on this webinar has a chance to exploit their talents and really reap the benefits of all the work they've put in the game and take things to the next level. Besides myself, we also have another real estate tech expert and somebody that really does a great job at this across the US, Mr. Mike Huxtable. So Mike, why don't you say hi to everybody if you haven't done so already?
Hey guys, welcome. A little bit about me, my background. I started in this game about 21 years ago. I was in the real estate technology and coaching space. Traveling the nation. I had the ability in person back then to come and do seminars and teach you guys technology and the importance of utilizing it and taking on a coach, the whole Mike Ferry, Craig Proctor world. That was back then. And then it kind of morphed 10 years ago. I met Alex, our co-founder of RealGrader. We were at the same table at a wedding. Next thing you know, here I am talking to you guys all across the nation and helping you fix your online reputation and really drive that home of how important it is. So we're excited to be here. We're definitely not here to waste your time. I'll ask you one more time and then you won't hear from me again. Please turn on your cameras because we really want some interaction. What I'm going to be doing in the background for you guys with your permission, if you want in the chat, just put your name, your cell phone, and the words Google me. And I will be in the background with your permission, Googling you, giving you free tips and tricks on what you can do to fix your online reputation yourself.
Yep. So I'm going to give you guys a few moments. If you're interested in having Mike Google you in the background, don't worry, this is not the hot seat just yet. He's going to let you know where you stand. He's going to give you some tips. He's going to message you guys personally. So don't worry that the response is not going to be for everybody to hear about. And you'll know exactly where you stand. So I see a good amount of you. Wow, you guys are really quick with the typing here. Yeah, okay. Got
Rock
it.
and roll.
Great. So I see all you guys putting your names in there. So let's keep going here. What happened as of late? What happened was we got hit with this pandemic, all these different variants. COVID has been absolutely nuts. And with COVID, what happened was that the real estate industry got flipped upside down. A lot of things were no longer capable of being done because of this new COVID virus, right? So there was a really big shift towards digital. There are so many agents that reached out and said, Alex, Mike, we don't know what to do. We can't do our traditional business anymore. This is nuts. Like, where do I go? Where do I need to have my profiles available? Where am I putting my listings? What's going on here? So, at Real Grader, we were able to help thousands and thousands of agents during this pandemic. And it's been something we're really proud of. So today we're going to be covering 3 important secrets for you guys to achieve this greatness and take it to the next level in 2022. Right? First secret is going to be how to build your brand online using the essential real estate platforms that every single realtor needs to be on. The next one is going to be how to boost your online reputation using your digital credibility and also using digital business cards. And the last one is going to be how to save time and avoid making costly mistakes when trying to grow your presence. So at Real Grader, what do? We measure, we manage, and we maximize your work. Right now, we're doing the first step and we're measuring. So I know some of you that are on this webinar now put in their requests to get their free grade, and they actually know where they stand on a scale of 1 to 100. For those of you that did not request your free grades, but you still mentioned in the chat, hey, Google me. I want to know what's up. I want to know what I look like. You guys are getting tips and tricks, and you're getting measured as well. Besides that, we manage. We created the digital optimization for KW agents and also realtors across the US, which is when we actually take care of all the work for you. So if you're one of those agents that goes, wow, I realize how important these platforms are. I realize all the opportunity I'm missing, and I just need help with this stuff, which we heard from a ton of people. We answered that. We created the digital optimization. We actually do all the work for you guys on every single platform we have. And we're going to present you with opportunity to have that done today at the end of this webinar. And lastly, if you're one of those agents, because I know there's many of you that actually took action last time we were around here, that want to take it even a step further, we maximize. So we actually have what's called local ads available, where you can get qualified leads in 5 to 10 different zip codes. And we also have a social media management service available where we create high quality content for you on 3 different platforms on a monthly basis. If you are one of those clients that has already registered with us and you said, wow, I want to start doing some ads, I want you guys to create some content, just let us know in the chat and we'll be able to help you out. So let's jump right into how to build that strong digital presence without wasting hours trying to figure it out. And I would like to just stop on this for 1 second and really make this hit. My goal for today is to get you guys to take steps towards upgrading your presence so that you can 2x your business in 2022. And this is extremely doable. I promise you guys that this is very, very achievable if you were to take the steps to do so. But you got to be willing, to put in some work and change some things that you currently have going on right now in your career. So let me know right now in the chat, say yes or I'm ready. If you're one of those agents that's willing to take on this new business and ready to expand in 2022. I'm curious because, something we always talk about in Real Grader is just being comfortable and just people that are kind of complacent with the business they got. Like, no, I'm kind of good. And then there's others that want to grow. So let me know in the chat if you're ready to expand your business 2x this year. Just simply reply yes or ready. So yeah, Todd said, I'm ready to rock and roll. Awesome, Todd.
Yes, Todd. All right, you
And-
guys, as you're commenting, I'm finding some good stuff. I'm just being honest with a lot of you. I'm seeing your realtor.com profiles are blank, meaning no branding, no headshots, no bios, no areas served. Are you able to speak on the importance of that shortly?
Definitely. Yeah. We're going to cover all of these different data points when we jump into the hot seat. I also see Roberto in the chat saying, yes, I'm ready. Great. And what's awesome about this digital credibility that we're going to cover is that it works for anyone. So I know when we started this webinar early, we were here like 10 minutes early, and we asked around the room, and this is exactly why we did. We said, hey, how long have you been in real estate for? How long have you worked with KW? And we asked because this is just really important to know, because this works for anybody. It doesn't matter if you're brand new. Doesn't matter if you've been in real estate for 20 plus years. This is the next step you guys have to take to expand. And we actually did a survey, and 48% of realtors across the US said that their main challenge was keeping up with technology. And it's true. You guys are busy getting transactions. You're busy generating leads, following up on your old clients. You don't have time for this. It's a little complicated. It's changing all the time. And there's a lot of frustration. And we completely get it. That's exactly why KW has reached out to us, and we're working with you guys. Also, I see in the chat, Derek said, all day, I'm ready to grow. Marissa said, let's go. Let's do this. Frank, need to grow. I'm ready. Oh, this is great. Awesome.
That's awesome.
And, at the end of the day, how do you manage all of this? These are the 8 essential real estate platforms that every realtor and broker needs to be on to succeed in 2022. The game has changed, and these are the players, these are the platforms that you need to be active on and have up to date to be working at your highest potential. So I'm going to stop here and take a moment to let me know in the chat right now which ones of these platforms you do not have, or which ones of these platforms you do not have up to date. I'll give you a few moments. So this is where things start to get a bit spicy, guys. I told you we're really going to be touching up on a lot of different things. So John says, I have all of them except homes.com. Got it. Homes is a really big one here. Someone called, I'm sure this isn't your name, but M Talit. I have YouTube, but I don't utilize it currently. All right. So he's only on YouTube. Todd says, I'm missing realtor.com and homes.com, I believe. Jane, I don't have most of these. Got it. John Mendez and YouTube. Roberto, I don't have homes.com. I don't have Zillow. Wow, these are huge. One of the most important things is getting good visibility on your listings. So imagine if you don't have Zillow and you don't have homes.com, there are 2 big platforms your listings are being promoted on. We got Amy. I'm not using realtor.com or homes.com, and I'm not active on YouTube. Got it. Alice, I have most, but they're probably underutilized. Makes sense. There are a lot of realtors out there that have put in some work and just haven't updated anything, whether they're even with a new brokerage, a new state, they haven't updated things. So this happens a lot. It's very time consuming. I'm going to read one more here. And Janine says, I have everything but homes.com. Gotcha, Janine Buckley. And realistically, the consequences of doing nothing in regards to these platforms is you're missing opportunities and you're losing business. Because at the end of the day, each one of these is an opportunity for everyone. I know realtors and brokers that get business from each and every single one of these. So if you got 4 of the 8, you're working at like 50 to 40%. So realistically, if there's being business left on the table, why not go grab all of it? And, we get it. Takes a lot of work, and we're here to help you guys. So my next question, I actually want to ask somebody live this, and you could use your audio. So let's see. Actually, let's use Derek. Derek was like the first person in here. He was super interactive. So Derek, I want to ask you this: how's your digital presence? Is it something you get business from? I know you said you got a few deals last year. Did any of your deals come from your online presence, one of these platforms?
Yes, actually this year alone, I've gotten 2 buyers contacted me slightly after I've done a couple video posts. So I equate the added content of my videos to a few extra people seeing me and said, "Hey, Derek, I want to buy a house. I'm sick of renting." And I said, "Hey, let's do this." So yeah, I definitely think if I was using more than 20% of this, I maybe could turn 2 into 7.
Man, there you go. That's huge. And I just want to acknowledge you actually for getting those deals right off of those platforms and, moving forward and not being afraid to use these. So, I mean, that's just a great example. It's pretty clear that there's opportunity on this. Derek just said it himself. He said, "Hey, I got some deals for some of these platforms." And, at the end of the day, your credibility and your online reputation is just not on one of these. There's realtors that go, "Alex, I got the best Zillow ever." I'm like, cool, but that's just one thing. Your reputation is living on all of these different real estate related platforms. It's a lot of them, right? So somebody else, let me go ahead and check who's on their visual and their audio.
We got Todd, Jane, Amy, Roberto, Frank, John, Derek.
Yeah,
Steven.
I'm gonna go with Jane. All right, Jane. So go ahead and get your audio on. How you doing, Jane?
Hey, afternoon.
So let's do a little role play here. I have a $1 million listing. Everybody's always going, "Alex, I'm ready for the $1 million listing. I want it. Let's tackle this thing." Great, cool. I'm gonna tell you something, Jane. I got the $1 million listing for you right now, right here. So how would I feel comfortable giving you my $1 million listing and for you to be my seller's agent? How would you promote it? Let me know.
Well, I know that as soon as you meet someone, they immediately look you up because that's what people do. And my presence is not good. I'm very gun shy of Facebook. That one doesn't interest me, but I'm very interested in Google Business and Instagram, all the the others. I just don't do it. I don't.
Got it.
How would I promote them? Well, I would do it the regular way, but then I think I would have to reach out to get it bigger. In fact, I do have a $1 million listing that I'm anticipating in about 2 months.
Oh, great.
Nice, Jane.
That's awesome. I mean, that's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I mostly work with buyers, and I actually prefer buyers. I hate saying that because I know that that's like not very, it doesn't really get you business like it, but I just prefer it. But when I deal with listers, they usually are people I know and trust and like.
Gotcha. That makes absolute sense. And, at the end of the day, this goes both ways. That's why we got list or buy here,
Yeah.
So when it comes to listings, imagine being able to sit there in front of your potential client and say, "Hey, look, let's say I'm telling you, Jane, I'd be able to tell you, Jane, I'm going to have your $1 million listing available on Zillow, homes.com, Google Business, realtor.com. Right. I'm going to post a virtual tour on YouTube, promote that virtual tour on my Instagram, my Facebook business, post it on LinkedIn." If you can give a holistic reply like that to any of your potential clients, what I can guarantee you is that they're going to pick you over any of the other realtors there is, period. They don't have any reason to not pick you. Also, if you do have that phone going off in the background.
No, I looked at who it was. She's just gonna have to wait. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's a friend. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Keep going. I'll text her.
All good, Jane.
So I think that will impress them. It just so happens these particular people, I'm lucky.
Hi, Jane. It's
Hold on.
I'm calling.
It just so happens that they are not the least bit computer literate. They have a big house. They're older, and they don't even do email.
Gotcha. But I mean,
So
at the end
that's
of
an
the day,
unusual situation, I know.
yeah, and that I mean, at the end of the day, I can tell you from experience that whether there's somebody that's computer literate or not, just having the clarity that they're gonna get the best offer or have the highest level of visibility, that's all they need to attribute to you, right?
Yeah.
And my next question, I'm gonna ask somebody else here. Thanks for participating, Jane. Let's pick Amy. Amy, so when you have somebody that's a potential consumer, potential client of yours, where do you think they go to make a search or do any background checks on you?
I think they immediately go to Google or, whatever search engine is their preferred.
Right? Pretty simple. There you go. Amy said it. She didn't even have to think for a second. She said they go straight to Google. And yes, everybody's going to go straight to Google. I'm not even going out of my house to go to a restaurant without going on Google first, checking if they have reviews, looking at the menu, seeing how close it is on Google Maps. I'm probably not going to drive an hour away to go to a restaurant if I was something a little closer. All these things are important to have. So they're going to look you guys up on Google. And these are going to be the results we see. Those Google businesses, the realtor.com, Zillow, Homes. These are all going to be results. So I want to ask you guys, let's actually check these out. Give them one good look. I want you to remember these platforms we have here. Everybody make sure you take this glance at them here. And now after you look at them, I want you to think, where do you stand on these profiles? So including all of these profiles, what do you think your grade would be on a scale of 1 to 100? Do you have them missing? Do you have them up to date? Right. So what do you think you'd grade yourself on a scale of 1 to 100? Let me know in the chat. So this is a question for everybody. I know there's 32 of you guys in here.
Derek's
Let
at a
me know.
68. That's pretty good.
Got it. So Derek says about a 68. That's pretty detailed. I don't know
That's
if
bold.
Derek, I don't know if he
Dana's
asked
at
for
a
his.
47.
They may have gotten their grades. Amy says
70.
70. Okay.
Some bold numbers here.
John Mendes says I might have about a 75. Wow, that's pretty high. Alice says I got about a 50. Gotcha. Randy says, who knows? I'm terrible at getting reviews. Hey, thanks for being honest, Randy. I mean, that's part of the game. Getting reviews is huge. And I'm actually going to give you guys a cheat code to getting real reviews without having to chase down your old customers. So this is going to be a good one for you, Randy. All right. So far, we have a few people. We don't have all 30, at least 30 of you guys. Anybody else? What do you think your grades would be? If you want to send them personally, send them in personally. If you're embarrassed, don't worry. John says, how harsh are you guys grading? We're gonna grade pretty harshly. Okay, Frank says I have less than a 50, I think. Gotcha, Frank. Jane says my grade would be good if I were to get it. Okay, got it. So I think a good amount of you guys, let us know the ballpark of where you think you stand. And the reality of the thing is that we've already graded over 20,000 agents across the United States. And the average grade is a 30 out of 100. So pretty big hit if you ask me. And what are some of the common mistakes we see with agents across the United States? First one's going to be inconsistent social media and a lack of branding. I'm talking about a headshot from 20 years ago on one profile and a new one on the next. The next profile has no headshot. I don't even know who you are. A lack of branding. You don't have any branded images in any of these platforms. Outdated info. I'm sure when Mike was looking some of you guys up in the background, he may have informed you personally that your information is outdated. So some of you guys may have profiles that don't even say you're with Keller Williams. They might say you're with another brokerage. I'm not going to name drop any others, but I'm sure Mike has seen them. Missing profiles, duplicate profiles. I just did a really large presentation, and the hot seat that we brought on live had 3 realtor.coms. And I was like, how did this even happen to you? What were you up to? And the biggest one is the data not being synchronized on Zillow, Realtor, and Homes.com. So if you guys have been working super hard, in real life, you've been getting all these transactions, I should be able to see them. You shouldn't have to tell me and try and prove to me that you guys have all these sales. I should be able to see them on Zillow. I should be able to see them on realtor.com. And at the end of the day, this is somebody in your office that has gone through one of our processes. This is what we're shooting for. I'm sure everybody knows the real estate agent that looks like this, that has people talking about them, that has their clients that are raving about them and going, oh my gosh, you got to work with, Kristen Kruder. She did such a good job with me. She really rocks. So check it out. I mean, everybody, there's nothing stopping you guys from all looking like this. It's really big. It's important. You guys need to have visibility on your properties. You need to have consistency in your bios, stack up those reviews. So let's jump into the 3 secrets on how to accomplish all of that, as you just saw right there. First one is going to be how to build your presence on the 8 essential sites we've been talking about today. And I'm going to show you those 8 sites one last time before we jump into our exercise, which is when things get a bit wild over here. So look at them one last time. And this is how we're going to check it out. This is how we're going to let you guys know in the hot seat. So I said it earlier. This hot seat is going to be a live audit. I'm going to bring you on live, get your audio, get your video on. I'm going to be Googling you live, and we're going to see where you stand. We're going to see if I want to do business with you or if I just want to sprint in the opposite direction. So we're obviously not going to pick somebody that's not comfortable with being in the hot seat. We definitely take you guys into consideration. But if you are courageous enough, just put your full name and cell phone number again, because I'm literally just going to be copying and pasting maybe 1 or 2 of these into the hot seat, and we'll do it live. So I've been doing 2 hot seats at once as of lately, so I'm going to pick 2. So first, I saw Todd goes, what the heck? Let's do it. So Todd is in the running for the hot seat. Randy Lynch is in the running. Why not? Gotcha. Derek, hot seat. Matthew. I'm going to give you guys a few moments. I'm giving everybody a fair shot. I'm going to pick 2 of you guys today. I'll give the hot seat.
Yeah, go for 2, man. I mean, while you're picking your 2, I just want to give a shout out to Roberto. I'm looking through his profiles and he's killing it. And I don't know this answer, but are you a client of ours? Or did you do all that yourself? Roberto Graziani, hit that mute button, my friend. You look great, whatever you're doing. The only thing I suggest you to do is start focusing driving traffic to your Google business page.
Yeah, Roberto.
I am a client of yours, yes.
You trickster. I'm looking at that work. I'm like, this guy looks really good. And I'm like, I even looked him up, Alex, in the back end on our CRM. I couldn't find him. So I'm like, who is this guy? But hey, man, you look great. Only thing I would give you some homework, start driving reviews to your Google business page. That's the only thing I see you're lacking. And then you are off and running. So if any of you guys on this call want to see what you would look like going through our service, Google Roberto Graziani, check out every one of the profiles. You'll be happy.
Yeah, I see Roberto joined us here in November of 2020. So about 2 years ago.
Nice.
So great.
You look great, Roberto.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to be picking the 2 people here.
Pick me.
Who's saying pick me?
Me.
Michelle Sperry. Okay.
I like the spunk.
So since Michelle was just really going after it, Michelle, I'm actually going to pick you as one of them. And then Mike, I'm going to let you pick the second person. So
let's see. I'm going to scroll down.
Derek Spencer.
I'm sorry. Who'd you pick first? Michelle Sperry?
Yeah.
Let's go for one more. Let's try Matthew Tallett. Tallett. 2 L's, 2 T's. And the last name.
Yep, I got him. Matthew Tallett.
Cool.
Beautiful. Thanks for that, Mike. All right. So we got Michelle Sperry and Matthew Tallett in the hot seat. So before we get started, before we jump into this, I just want to get to know you guys really quickly. So Michelle, how long have you been in real estate for? And maybe tell me what niche of real estate you like to do business in.
So I'm totally a newbie. In our Stamford Market Center, they say like 20 minutes. So I got my license in September and got Connecticut licensed in November. So very new.
Got it.
And I am hoping to do luxury and listing.
Perfect. Awesome, Michelle. And we got Matt on here as well. So Matt, how long have you been in real estate for? And what type of niche of real estate do you work in? Do you work with first-time home buyers? You work with military, senior citizens, move-ups? What do you work with?
So I've been in for, I guess it's about a year, but there was a slight transition between corporate and doing this full time. And specialty, nothing specifically right now. My goal is, because I live in Greenwich, Connecticut, to take on that area as my main focus within the luxury market. But I've been working, in the surrounding towns because obviously they're a little easier to gain some traction in.
Okay.
But that is going to be my full-time main focus as I grow.
Perfect. Got it. All right. So let's jump right into this hot seat, guys. So off the bat, I see a difference between both of your guys' search results. And the first thing I noticed is that we do have a Google business available for Matt over here. And for Miss Michelle Sperry, I do not see a Google business available for you. So Google business, right? It's a first search result that pops up for realtors, brokers, and companies. And it's going to take up about 50% of your screen on Google right here. And it's your first impression, guys. So in regards to Matt, first thing I see for him is I see his full name, get a little headshot of him. I see his title. I know he's working at KW Luxury, and I know he's in Greenwich, Connecticut, right off the bat. For Michelle, I don't see that Google business for you. So that's a really big hit. You're missing a lot of opportunity on here as well. And for everybody that's not in the hot seat, right now, just please follow along, because think about it. Like, do I have these profiles? Do I have this information up to date? You really want to make sure that you're available everywhere. Besides that, I don't see that. Matt, do you have any active listings right now?
No, the last active listing I had, I was co-broke with my partner, and we closed on the 31st of December. So nothing active right this second.
Gotcha. Cool. So yeah, this is the first place you guys are going to be able to promote your active listings. You're actually going to be able to show your sold listings and under contracts as well. So that's some room for improvement I see for Matt. Besides that, I also don't see that you have any reviews. And this was the tip I was going to tell you guys that are brand new. This is a cheat code, guys. Your Google business, the reviews on this platform, they're non-transactional. What does that mean? That means you don't have to go chase down your clients to stack up 50 reviews on here. You can get reviews from your friends, your family, your colleagues, even your boss. Doesn't matter. You can get reviews from anyone on here. So not capitalizing on a Google business is a really big hit. So I don't see any reviews for either of you. And then Michelle doesn't have a Google business overall. So if we move on over here to the first result for Miss Michelle, we got a realtor.com. So let's check this out. And this is not the Michelle Sperry we are dealing with. It's just somebody else. So Michelle, do you have a realtor.com? You're muted.
I don't.
So you're letting this girl scoop up some of your business if she has this, but
Scooping
she's in a
up my
complete.
name.
Huh?
She's scooping up my name.
Yep, exactly. And realistically, she's not even in your market. So that's another big hit. So as of right now, I'm not seeing a Google business. I'm not seeing a realtor.com for you. If we check Matt, I do see a realtor.com for Matt, which is one of his first results. So let's check it out. Right off the bat, I do see something that says man around town. I'm not really sure what that is, but
that's kind of like my tagline. It's my Instagram handle. It's like my whole brand, basically.
Gotcha. Got it. So what the most important thing in regards to your branding is going to be, and more in specific than anything, your profiles is having your full names on there. So, your branding should always include your full name. It should include a call to action, a point of contact, right? So that it's just clear, right? It's all about you. If that's your slogan, what we would do for you is we'd put your full name on here, your title, and then put your slogan on. That's definitely something really important to see. Besides that, I see you do have a website linked here. So let's check this out. Boom, this is going to your personal website, which is great. So Matt has his own personal website, driving traffic there through realtor.com, which you'd love to see. My next question for Matt is going to be, Matt, have you been active in the last 2 years? Have you had any sales?
Yeah. I have 2 sales that are closed and 2 that are in contract currently that we're waiting. We're, in that waiting period. But it's interesting, realtor.com, I can't seem to log into this. And when I contacted their support team, they're like, oh, you have to create a whole new account. So I don't know what that's going to do to this page.
Got it. I mean, that's clear to me. And that's something we could help you out on our end. We have very close knit relationships with all of these different platforms we work with. So reaccessing an account, creating a new one, getting your data synced is all things that we can help you achieve here. Because, I know you mentioned you had deals, but sadly, as of your platform, it doesn't have any transaction data available for you.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to log in and try and figure out what was going on. And like, I'm looking at the support ticket here and they're like, oh yeah, you just have to create a whole new page. And I was like, I don't know what that is going to do to this page, but all right.
Yeah. So, as long as we create a new page and we get your transaction data synced up, it's going to be a game changer because it's one of the top results, for most realtors actually. But I am seeing in the chat, everybody's raving about your Instagram. So I'm sure your Instagram is awesome.
IG's killing it. Yeah. So Matt, what we're going to do is bring all that to your real estate specific platforms.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's a pretty good point right there. We're going through the other profiles. We're pointing out room for improvement, how we can build up credibility. And then someone goes, hey, his Instagram's amazing. So I'm sure you're getting traction. I'm sure you're getting leads. I'm sure you're getting new potential clients on your Instagram, but we want all the platforms to work for you like that.
Right.
I have a specific question for Matt, if I may.
Sure.
Do you have a success story as far as closing a deal or getting any sort of deal from your IG? Just one specific that pops off the top of your head?
Nothing actually has transpired yet from my Instagram in terms of a lead that is, right this second. But I've had people reach out to me from, the tri-state area that say, oh, I want to relocate up to Connecticut. I'm living in New Jersey. We're not ready to move yet, but, I want to work with you. I've had people DM me and say these things. So nothing's transpired
right there
yet, but yeah.
That's it. That's the stories we look for. Those are stories we hear all over the country. It's like people find you from all, other states and they want to do business with you because you're killing it. So good. Yeah. Nice work.
Thank you.
Definitely want to acknowledge you for that. Think about it here. We're all here on the webinar and everybody's just like screaming and shouted about your IG. So, it's clear that there's potential. If you're building brand awareness to the point where people know about it, right, you can do that anyway. So the next platform here on our hot seat is going to be LinkedIn. And I did find a LinkedIn for both of you guys. So for Matthew, I do see you have a LinkedIn. I see you have a different headshot than you did on the other platforms, which is something that we recommend for consistency purposes. Just have the same headshot across the board.
Yeah.
Right? And definitely some room for improvement on the branding up here in regards to your real estate career, right? For Michelle, this is the first thing we see for Michelle. So we finally get to know Michelle a little bit because we didn't see any other profiles or platforms for her, but we do know that this is Michelle. Says she's with KW Prestige Properties. We know we're looking at the right Michelle, even though there was another one. And she's associated with the right brokerage. If we continue coming down here, I do see an about section, right? She has a 3-paragraph bio, which I think is the perfect amount. What you do want to talk about is talk about the niche you predominantly do business with. Maybe like a success story. Give it a personal feel. That's always what I like to say is, make it feel like whoever's on that profile and is either in your sphere of influence already or somebody checking you out, that they get that sense of security from your bio. And for Matt, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so Matt has just like a few sentences where I don't really get too much of the real estate related stuff. So some room.
Yeah, I haven't really updated my LinkedIn too much.
Gotcha.
So Matt, if I may, just a little nudge from back here for you, my friend. LinkedIn.
Yeah.
When I remember when Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp crashed about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Remember, there was a whole day it was out. A ton of business switched to LinkedIn in our industry. So tackle that as soon as you can, because a lot of business is being done on LinkedIn, bro. A lot.
Yeah, I have a lot of connections on there because I used to work in recruiting for a period of time. So I'm really connected.
There you go. Dude, do it ASAP.
Yeah. So I did look for Zillows for both of you guys. I was not able to find Zillows. I
have a Zillow. That's obviously not me though.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. So that's the only thing that popped up when we, and it is a different last name.
Yeah, if you click on go back to the other page.
Yeah, go ahead.
See the 11 Brush Drive or the 32 Morning Dove Lane. If you click on those, it should bring it to me under the sold.
So what I see, so it just means your search is not optimized.
Yeah.
So I could go to the agent finder and we can try looking you up manually like this, but it shouldn't have to be like that. I should be able to easily search you guys up, have the access to doing so and make it easy. So actually let's start off with Michelle, right? Because as of right now, Michelle, we only found a LinkedIn for. So yeah, that other Michelle Sperry is the only one that pops up. And then for Mr. Matthew Tallet, let's check that out.
Amy, heads up, your realtor.com's blank. I'm just gonna start shouting stuff out. It takes too much time to type.
So here we go. This is your Zillow.com. And in regards to your Zillow, you mentioned you had multiple sales in the last year, and this one only says you got one.
Yeah, I don't know why these aren't linking or why they're not doing. I don't know. I don't know why that would be.
So yeah, there was a bit of a disconnect when Zillow made the shift towards becoming a brokerage. And when they made that big shift, a lot of people transaction data got put out of whack. So that's something we'd help you guys also fix up, is getting your up-to-date transaction data available. Now, there's been realtors that tell me, Alex, I have 52 sales this year. We look them up and Zillow says they have literally 4, and they go, what's going on here? That's really huge. George or Jorge just asked, how about the Agent KW site? Is that not as important? Thing is, your KW site, your agent pages are created through your brokerage, So these are all profiles that you guys are managing, right? Profiles that you guys have to be a part of, because it doesn't matter if you just finished getting your license and you join KW, guess what? They're going to make an agent page. So that's not really something you have to worry too much about creating.
Not only can you shop for used vehicles online, in person, or both, you can also test drive.
I'm not sure who that is, but I don't.
I'm the first one here, that Michelle Sperry home. That's me.
Gotcha. Yeah. I saw that. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if we do have a homes.com with you. Don't see a homes.com either. This may be a Facebook business page. Let's see this. Nope, that's somebody with Remax. So yeah, I didn't see a Facebook business either. For Matt, let's go to Matt.
I don't know why that's not coming up though, because when I run the search, it comes up.
So let's go ahead and try again.
It's
So
the
Neil had a-
second one.
Neil had a quick comment I think everyone could benefit from. He says, he's not on Facebook, he hates it, and most of your friends are off of it. I said, I feel you, but you should have a Facebook business page capturing those who don't hate it.
Yeah, definitely. Michelle, yeah, I'm aware you have a website here, but we were talking about a Facebook business page. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And I don't know why that one doesn't come up either.
Yeah, so I mean,
Because I have one.
there's definitely something up with your searchability then.
Okay.
So here in regards to Matt's, I do see his full name. It says sales executive at KW Luxury. He's having his call to action be send an email. What I usually recommend is have somebody call now. You don't want leads to go too stale here. And the last thing I'm seeing here is that you're missing a lot of opportunity because you don't have what's called a link stack, which is a big hit in regards to having your SEO done, because you want to have your platforms interconnected so that you get as much traction as possible. And also they populate nice and easy on Google. So let me show you. This is a random example of somebody that's worked with us. Check out the branding. You see the consistent branding. You see her slogan. You see everything locked in. People can call her now. They can do a property search, featured properties, questionnaire box, and then boom, the link stack, nice and easy. I can go from one to the next without hesitation. So definitely a lot of room for improvement for you both. So we don't want to take too much more time on the hot seat. I know we had a few profiles that we didn't go over, but I think that was just enough to get the point across here, right? So I want to know from Matt, what's your biggest takeaway from this hot seat we just wrapped up here?
I have a little bit of updating to do. I know that I had tackled all of this when I first, started working in the space. But I have some updating to do, and I've got to clearly link a few things so that it all kind of ties together. And work on some presence on a couple other things. I just know that I do so much obviously on my Instagram that unless it links automatically to other things, it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, it makes sense. And for Michelle, what was your biggest takeaway?
That my stuff is a hot mess because I have a lot of stuff out there, but I just spoke to somebody last week about trying to help me get the connections to find each other. And I definitely need help with that for sure.
Got it. And I mean, that's great that you guys are on here. Because as we mentioned, we have the solution. We've worked with tons of agents at your office and it's been very efficient. So, I mean, at the end of the day, these old habits are hard to break. So let's get some things done here. So we just went over this hot seat. We went over the 8 essential real estate platforms, all the different data points. And this is actually what we're providing. We heard out from agents, just like, Matt mentioned, this is a lot of work. I got some work to do. Michelle saying it's a hot mess. Heard you guys out, and we created a digital optimization for KW agents, just like you guys, right? What is this awesome digital optimization package we created? It's a package where we take care of every single thing we just covered during the hot seat. We update your Google businesses. We create them if you don't have them. Facebook business, LinkedIn, Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com, your YouTube channels. Everything you see here on the screen is what's going to be either created or optimized to the highest level based off of what makes you guys unique. Now, this isn't a cookie cutter process, and it gets done to the highest level. So first thing we do is we get that Google business looking right. We either update it and optimize it if you have it, or if you don't, we create it. Same thing goes for your Facebook business. We create that branding as well. You see all these nice branded images that are consistent across the board. We're making those brandings for you guys from scratch. Instagram business, your LinkedIn profiles. Look at this consistency here. Your YouTube channels, your YouTube channel branding we make for you actually drives traffic to everything else as well. Works super well here. If you've seen the KW agents that have this badge in their marketing or in their emails, they've already gone through our process here. Your homes.com gets done as well. Besides your homes.com, you get the realtor.com. And lastly, your Zillow. So wait, I think we got a question in here.
Yeah, Danielle has a good one.
Danielle says, even though I am new to real estate, I have a large online presence due to my other business. So now that Google pops up, that's what pops up first. How will that change once I become more involved with my real estate business? Yeah, good. That's a good question. I mean, as of right now, your branding is only your business because that's all you focus on. You know, we have realtors that do like 3 different jobs at once, and that's something that we integrate into your profiles. Actually, we help you get those in your bios. We put that in your branding. If that's something that we can apply to your branding, we put it in there as well. Any way we can make it cohesive and make you stand out as well, we do it. So that was a good question. Do I keep my things separate? No, you can actually talk about both of them on your real estate related platforms. So thanks for asking that. Right. So what's the next step? What's the second secret? Right. We finished creating all these platforms. We finished updating all the data points for you. What's next? We help you guys get Google reviews. We mentioned this is the quickest and easiest place to get reviews. How are we helping you guys get reviews quicker? Is by the Instacart. So I'm sure many of you guys have already seen this because we have many people participating in your KW office. These are a few examples from KW Prestige that have been using the Instacart the last few years. This digital business card, we're going to put all of your updated real estate platforms on here with the new data. And you can text this thing. This is textable. This is emailable. And this is QR code scannable. So imagine sending a text. This is literally what it looks like on the phone. People can text you, call you, email you. And that last button there, which I'm sure everybody has been loving at KW, is the referral button. This is how you streamline your referrals. Someone has a good experience with you. Guess what? They don't have to do any effort in trying to refer, your information to the best friend. They just click share, boom, bye. All of that important data that we made for you now gets transferred to them. They can see your reviews. They can see your Zillow. They can see your listings, your realtor.com, your Facebook business, and they'll call you right after directly from the card and turn into a client. Huge. We see this all the time. People get deal after deal from this thing once we create their presence. So there's Mr. Stephen Pratt over here that we have on the card. He's a social media influencer. He's out there with the capability of getting Google reviews, and everybody that's on this cause as well. So the info alone has never done a single thing. Like, for example, I know Alice has been in real estate for a while. So I want to ask Alice, right? You've done real estate for a long time. And have you heard of digital marketing in real estate before? Yeah, so she's muted, but there you go. Yeah, she said, yeah, of course. Great. And exactly, what have you done about the digital marketing? Have you done all the work yet?
Probably not.
Exactly. That's the biggest point we could ever make is, yes, this is not news to you guys. We're simply reminding you of it. So most people on this call, they've known about it and they've continued to work at 20-30% of what their potential is. So we're actually giving you guys a second option instead of doing nothing to make an investment today to solidify your presence. We're here to close the gap on this webinar live and take you exactly where you want to be so that you can become influencers online. The third secret is that we do all of it for you. So, obviously, time is money. We got Matt over here that seems like you did a good amount of work. So like, Matt, how long do you think you've spent building what you had so far, which was, a few of the platforms?
Honestly, when I first started, I just, instead of, trying to drum up business right away, I just drilled down to make sure my online presence was solid so that when I did hit the ground running and I had some traction, people could go and find me. I wasn't just a ghost. So I probably spent the first week doing all of that and probably more building my own personal website because I wanted it, again, to fit me and my brand.
Yeah. And I mean, he said he worked on this for a week and there was still tons of work to be done. So realistically, the sweet spot is that this takes a ton of time and you guys just want to stick to doing business of real estate. You don't want to have to worry about this digital marketing stuff. So we're here to take care of it for you. So I'm going to show you guys the pricing and actually allow you to get registered right now for the digital optimization to resolve all of this for you so that you can do business and 2x your business like we talked about earlier today. So this is what's included in the stack. All the profiles we talked about, your Google business, Facebook business, Instagram business, YouTube channel, LinkedIn, homes.com, realtor.com, zillow.com. On top of all the profiles, what else are you getting in your special KW package? You guys are getting your own personal expert assigned to you. So you get all the profiles made. You get on a Zoom call with your expert. The expert's going to ask you some information that makes you unique. What neighborhoods you do business in, what type of clients you want to attract, what do you want created for your branding? He's going to ask you all these questions, and this expert is going to be assigned to you and work on all the profiles for you. So you simply jump on a Zoom with him, he gets to know you, and then he does all the work and creates the branding for you based off of your request. Last thing we have in the package for you guys are those beautiful digital business cards you guys saw. And that's going to be included for 30 days for free. So everybody that registers today is going to have those for free for 30 days. And they're only $15 a month afterwards. I mean, super, super cheap. And that's why we got so many people using these things. So that's what's included in our package. All the platforms, the data, the branding, the expert, and the card. So realistically, our pricing online that's available for everybody that just goes on our website and signs up for this is $1,197. But today with KW live on this webinar, we are going to let you guys get registered for a one-time investment of $897. That's a one-time shot. And I see Mike smiling over here. He always laughs because, yeah, it's you know, it's a no-brainer. It's not expensive.
It's such a low price. It's kind of scary, but it's something we like to do. Keller Williams is a great negotiator. You guys chose the right brokerage. You got the right price, and it's something. It's a must. If you sat here this entire time thinking that you need help, this is what you need. I just posted the link, you guys, by the way, in the chat to everyone. Just click the link and start going through. For those of you go-getters, take your time for just a second, meaning after you put in your payment and hit the subscribe button, there's a third page that's going to pop up. Don't skip it. At the top, there's a red calendar link that you're going to hit. That's going to schedule your 90-minute call with your coach. So it's 3 steps. Personal information, hit the subscribe button. Payment information, hit the subscribe button. And then hit the red calendar link to schedule your call with your coach.
Yep. And I know there was somebody that said they have a question. How long does it? I'm going to actually answer those afterwards because I do see a lot of you already registering. So I'll get to that. But for everybody that wants to get registered right now, I'm actually going to take some time and walk you through with this to make it as simple as possible. It literally takes less than a minute to get registered. So let me help you out. So Mike just put that discounted KW special in the chat. So I got the chat open, clicking on the link. So can everybody see my screen? So like, for example, Matt, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Awesome. So yeah, this is what happens when you click on the link in the chat to get registered. You're going to see you're receiving a $300 discount, guys. This is your KW discount available on this webinar right now. And that's all you're going to be paying is the $897. You get the digital business card for free for 30 days. And after the 30 days, you have the option to pay the $15 a month if you want to keep it. If you don't, all you have to do is pay the $897 and you have your credibility resolved for you and created, and you don't have to worry about it ever again. So question, Matt, were you able to click on the link?
Yep, I'm in. I'm on the website.
Awesome. Alice, were you able to click on it? Yep, I saw Alice shake her head. Awesome. I see you guys on the link. I actually see a lot of you on the link. Wonderful. Michelle, were you able to click on the link? Just give me a thumbs up. Yep, she's on it. There we go.
Beautiful.
Cool. Todd, were you able to do it? Maybe a thumbs up if you did. I know Todd's on the phone. Not sure if he can hear us. Dana Levin, were you able to get on it? Yep, there we go. Perfect. Awesome. So this is probably one of the few times everybody was just tech savvy and able to click on that link really quick. I'm glad we made it easy for you guys. I just want to make sure everybody has easy accessibility. Jane, were you able to get it?
Oh, she's on. You're muted. We're here to help.
Oh no, she's muted. I have no idea.
I'm not quite sure. You're unmute yourself, Jane. We can't hear you.
She says I can't. I'm reading her
Oh.
lips. I can't.
Oh, use the chat. Use the chat. Here, I'll message her.
Yeah, it seems like she wants to subscribe, but she's
Let's
like, I don't
see.
know what's going on. So here's the link for you right here.
Chat. There's the link again.
Great.
Try to find Jane. Here we go. I have a question. How long does the expert work with the agent? Okay, Jane, I got you. So your question is, how long does the expert work with the agent?
I lost, okay, I'm back. I lost the main page. All I had was the sign up page. I didn't have this. So I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I clicked on the link and then I got away from you all. Okay, so talk to me.
All right, so let's walk you through it. We'll have you as our, if with your permission, Mr.
Please.
Ayub will walk you through signing up. All right,
Well, I
so
can-
in the chat,
Mhm.
hit the last link that he put down there, click to register.
I can do that. See, there you
All
go
right.
away again. Ah,
That's fine. You could
That's
just
fine.
fill it
You
out.
can hear us, right?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
so
all
you
good.
can
We'll
only-
walk you through it.
Yeah, you can only have one link open at a time. I saw Michelle Sperry just registered. I just got your notification come in. Welcome,
can-
Michelle.
Yeah,
That was
I'm in the
really quick.
process of doing it. It just went
All right.
away.
Dane 11, congratulations. Don't worry, Jane. We can see you. And if you can hear us, it's all good. Just put in your
Yeah.
personal information.
I'm
and then
going
press-
to.
Put subscribe and tell us when you get to the next page.
All right, thank you. Sorry to be a pill.
No,
No
you're
worries.
fine.
It just keeps going away.
No. Dana and Michelle, I want to make sure you scheduled your call with your coach. So if in the chat,
No.
you could,
Oh, sorry.
I'm in the middle of doing that.
It says it's not available though till next month.
that is correct. You need,
No.
there's two
No.
reasons. There's two reasons. Number one, you need time to get all this information for your coach. You're going to get a welcome email once you subscribe with a ton of stuff they're going to need from you. It's going to take you some time. Second thing is they're busy. You know, it's a good thing. So it's going to be a few weeks, but it'll give you time to get ready.
But I'm ready. I was gonna work with somebody else, so I've already pulled all this information together. Do you have a stand
you're
a wait
lucky.
list?
We actually do. So Mr. Ayub will just go ahead and choose the earliest date and time.
Okay, then how do I get
Mr.
on a
Ayub-
wait list?
Mr. Ayub will contact you privately and get you on a wait list.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
If there's
Sure.
anybody that's just ready to go,
Me.
we're gonna have some slots open up and we'll get you guys plugged in there as well. So I do see a few more registrations coming coming through here. Thank you guys. Congrats. I know some of you guys are still getting registered. I know Jane.
Randy, I know you had some good questions during this. Where are you at? I know you need help. Why don't I see your name on here? That's what we call the instant hot seat. There she is.
Did you say Randy? I couldn't.
I did.
I couldn't hear what you said. I'm like sitting here. I'm like, wait, did he say me?
Yeah. No, you had some good questions in the chat. I found some stuff regarding your profiles. What's going on?
So, well, I missed the first 10 minutes. So I was going to go back to the recording. I didn't get like exactly, and I didn't want to like bother everyone else by asking here, but when going to the order summary here and you get all this stuff, the 90-minute, the complete branding, that I'm just curious, is like this all just a setup? Like I said, I missed the first 10 minutes, actually 15 minutes. So, or are you guys, you're just setting all this stuff up, like, so the site can manage everything out, and then that gives us a place to send to our clients the review requests? Or like, I guess I wanted to go back and listen to the recording because I missed such important info.
Well, here's the cliff notes. You pretty much saw the meat and potatoes. The first part is kind of like who we are, what we've been doing. But basically, here's what it is. It is we're basically building a house with you. We are creating the foundation. You have to make sure the foundation is solid before you do anything else. For example, we have another product called Done For You, where we create custom posts on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We do reels, we do stories, but we will not sell you that product until you have gone through our optimization, because there's no point in us selling you something that's not going to work. So what we do is we go through all 8 platforms. If you have them, we brand them and we optimize them. If you don't have them, we will create them, optimize and brand them. Okay. So we get the foundation set. We also hook you up with a digital business card that's free for 30 days. And afterwards, if you want to keep it, it's only $15 a month. There's no contract, cancel whenever you want, but you won't, because it's going to be your #1 tool to get reviews. So how long have you been in real estate?
Actively, like full time, like, well, I should say actively, besides, because I was a flipper and I kind of guess my husband still is. So I got my license to market my own flip. So it's been 13 months full time of actually like working with random, clients and whatnot besides our own stuff.
Right on.
I guess my question to you would be, and I don't know a ton about, like, if I did, I'd be phenomenal at it, which is why I'm on this call, because I'm not. So, but about optimization, but the one thing I kind of just always thought, and this could be the way of the past, doesn't optimization have to be revisited every certain amount of time? Otherwise you just continue to fall behind over time.
So that's a good question. So in regards to that, what happens is a lot of these platforms are connected directly with the MLS. So your Zillow, your realtor.com, your homes.com, once we get things synced up for you, your listings are going to auto populate there, right? So, you have profiles that you're not going to have to update things all the time. They're going to be there and be available for you. Is there opportunity for you to do more work with them and, go out and above and beyond like Matthew has? Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Also, I saw Dana and Jane just finished getting registered, and Frank as well as wrapping it up. Awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And yeah, so it's not so much that you have to do work after it's registered. You have the option to, do more promotions and work at a higher level.
Gotcha.
I did see somebody say they're asking for payment options. So Mike, can you put the split payment for anybody that does want to register but wants to split the payment?
Yes.
Also, Kara Wagner. Welcome, Kara. Awesome. Just saw you come in there, Kara.
Real Grader special split to payment. Here it comes. Yes, so you guys, just to be completely transparent, if you split this up, you lose a little bit of the discount. I think it's like $40 to $45, but at least it'll allow you to split it into 2 payments, one this month and one next month. I just posted it. That's the last chat.
Make sure you send it to everyone. I think you send it to one person.
Sure. Let me double check here. Boom. Post. There it is.
I have one more question. Are you able to give us like a 48-hour kind of think about this?
Tell us what's there to think about. We're here to help.
This payment start in January.
Well, I wanted to reach out to Stephen Pratt. I've seen him kind of like around a lot, and I know he's part of our market center, and he was right up on your screen. So I'd just be curious, like, to get like that additional, I mean, $900 is not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but it's also just a lot of money in general. Like, I get the spend money to make money. I'm not opposing that. I just would like to get some, like, what did it do for him? I've been just like, not to say anything about you guys, but we have all been solicited and scammed by so many things. So with that being said, like, just doing my due diligence, and I'd just be curious to get some reviews from the other people in our office that use you.
Gotcha. I can touch on that, Alex. Hey, Roberto, since you've been a client of ours for 2 years, go ahead and unplug and tell us your experience with your profiles. And then I'm going to jump to, because there's another rock star on here that's been with us for 2 years. Where'd she go? I hope she's still here. But Roberto, take the floor.
She's been with you for 2 years. Why is she on here now?
Maybe because your broker required participation, Randy? And she's a team player?
Maybe a team player. Okay.
Go right ahead,
I'm
Roberto.
being devil's advocate. I'm not trying to be rude.
It's all good. We'll hear from you in a couple days. I'm not worried.
Well, that's what I was asking you. Can you give me a couple of days for this price? That's what I was asking.
That's up to IU. I'm just here to
Yeah, I mean, realistically, if you're gonna reach out, I think Steven Scott's still also on this call. He's brought us back, a good amount of times, and you go, oh, is it worth it? At the end of the day, this is something that's going to be around for the rest of your career after the investment. So I just want to ask you do you think you're going to get one deal where your commission is going to be more than $890, right? So I just want to know, do you think you'd be able to get one deal from this in all your career? Because it's going to be around your entire career. It's not like it's going to disappear.
Right. And I just hired someone to kind of do some of my social media posts and reels and stuff. And I guess, and I know doing this prior to that starting would benefit. So I'm just.
Yeah. So yeah, reach out to who you need to. But Roberto, I don't know if he's in your office, but you can talk to him. Reach out to who you need to. Maybe Steven Scott, the broker. You can reach out to ask him why he brought us along. No, just really quick, Michelle, we're actually in the process of becoming a preferred vendor with you guys. So you will be getting a jump start of everyone, Randy, versus, the other, I don't know how many tens of thousands of agents we're about to help. But I personally am the one who's heading this brand up. So whether you wait or not, you'll see us eventually.
That's true. I mean, we're going nationwide with KW. So I think that definitely speaks levels to what they think about us and the service we provide and how we help agents out.
Yeah, so I'm actually having an appointment to get this ball rolling with Morgan Clark Wednesday at 11 a.m. So starting Wednesday, we're going to be in the family, and we're actually going to be at the Keller Williams family event as well when that's coming up. So we'll be registered there too. So we're not going anywhere.
I see a few of you guys on the split payment link. This is what the split payment one looks like, guys. We just put the split payment one in the chat, and I do see you guys live on it, which is great. So this is what it looks like. You're just paying it in halves. You can pay half of it 1 month and then half of it the next month. So that's that new link we just put in the chat for those of you that did request the split payment. So Mike mentioned there's a small additional fee to split it up, which is already included in this pricing here. So you guys that requested that, I do see a few of you on the split payment. You can message me you could let me know through the audio or message me personally if you're wrapping this up or if you need help with it. But I do see some of you guys here. And I know we still have a lot of you on here. Do you guys have any questions? Feel free to ask now. We have a few moments to hang around.
Two questions. I'm trying to fill out this information. It's asking for the MLS ID and NRDS IDs. Where do we get those?
So you don't have to, if you don't have that data available right off the bat, your expert that you scheduled your appointment with is going to be able to help you pull that up. So
okay. And then if you guys, or when you guys come on board with Keller as a preferred, you're not going to offer anything better than what you offer today, are you? Because I pulled the trigger and I just want to make sure that you're not going to have a better special.
No, this is going to be it.
Okay.
I actually, I just found my NADS number real quick on realtor.com. So I realized I might or might not have been set up there. So I went and did it real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Nice, Derek, my man.
They made it real easy to find the number. If it's not already in there, Michelle, check in realtor.com. It brought me right to a link to get my my number.
There you go. Great. Do we have any other questions?
Roberto, I'll contact you after to take things further. We appreciate your business for the past 2 years. There's a couple of new services we offer that I'll catch you up with this afternoon. Don't worry. I'll call you.
Someone asked, is it available on your KW app? What are you asking about? Is what available on the KW app?
Not yet. We are not on your KW app yet, but that's in the works. So it could be.
Oh yeah, so the services, yeah.
So Michael, before you leave, you're the finder of information, right?
What do you need, my friend?
What government agency did you used to work for? Just kidding. Or maybe I'm not.
No.
I mean, you're in Nicaragua right now. Who knows what else you're doing?
No,
maybe you can say
so
that
funny.
here.
it's really funny. We had a themed party where we got to wear a costume, and I actually have friends and family within the DEA in New Jersey, and so I wore my DEA gear, and I swear there. I'll be honest. There's a lot of hippies here, and when I walked in that door, it was like everybody ran out the door. It was pretty awesome.
Gotta go.
Yeah,
That's funny. Thank you.
sure.
All right. I still see a few of you guys on here. Amy, did you have any questions?
Oh, Amy had a great point. The National Realtor Association number you're asking about is on the KW app. That's what she was talking about. Thanks, Amy.
Gotcha. Amy, did you have any questions? Kara says, thank you so much. Kara, I just saw you finish registering as well. Welcome to the family. We look forward to seeing your success. I know Amy just unmuted herself. What are you going to say, Amy?
No questions.
One last thing. I don't know if she left, but if you guys wanted another testimonial, we have a gentleman who's been with us, Barry Paley and Hope Paley. They're huge powerhouses in Keller Williams, in the Long Island area. It's Barry Paley. So if you needed a recommendation, he'll be happy to let you know.
Yep. I see Diane. I see Suzanne, Neil. Does anyone have any questions? Marlon Gonzalez, do you have anything you want to ask?
Jane, did you get set up or did you make it all the way through? I'm concerned about you. I want to make sure that you made it.
Well,
yeah,
I know
Jane.
what it was is the whole picture went down into the lower level and I freaked out, but I found it by hitting video, then I get everything. But I signed up with you to have a convo tomorrow morning and you,
Okay.
so
Sure.
yeah,
And I
I look forward to it.
Yeah, Jane already registered. I saw that.
Mhm.
Awesome. So I see nobody has any more questions. We gave you guys the 2 payment options if you want to put the payment in one payment or split it up. That split payment is the last link. And just make sure you guys have no other questions. I know Steven, are you still in here? Steve? He's away from yeah, he's away.
Yeah, I
from
think you stepped away.
All good. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was our absolute pleasure to be able to work with you. And we'll definitely be back around soon. I know Steve is working on having us do like reoccurring trainings and help you guys out. So I'll see you all again very shortly. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks very much.
Our pleasure.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. And please put me on the wait list.